Hi, this is a video showing how to replace the thermostat on a KitchenAid wine refrigerator. I'm just a home user and realized that my thermostat had gone out and needed to replace it. So I've ordered the part. This is what comes from the supplier. It's the thermostat, and it has this coil and the temperature sensor is right here, this kind of pigtail sensor. That's a hollow tube, and so you don't want to kink it when you're uncoiling it. This is the bracket that kind of holds that little temperature sensor right there, and then some screws, and they even give you an extra knob, although I'm not going to need that. But this is the wine refrigerator that I have. Like I say, it's a KitchenAid. Whirlpool actually makes these, and I think Amana is also a brand that would have the same kind of structure, perhaps, for the most part. But I'll show you kind of the basic steps of doing this. First step is just remove all the shelving. Just take those out. Second step, what you're going to need to do is remove this bracket down here in the bottom where the thermostat is located. It just has a couple screws. You remove those and it comes off easy. Take off the knob, and so we'll just put that away. And then down here is where the thermostat lives, and it's right here. Just remove a couple of the screws, and then what you'll find is that coil that we showed you all wound up, it will go to the back of the refrigerator underneath. It goes down underneath the refrigerator into the back. While you're in here, you should probably vacuum it out. I certainly vacuumed it out myself using just a little hose attachment. It gets very, very dusty. So if you go into the back of the refrigerator, you're going to need to remove this backing right here. Just a few screws, so just take those off, and you'll find that that coil that we showed you snakes up and into the back of the refrigerator. You see that silver line right there. It's coming just from underneath, like we said, and that's what we're going to need to take out. It then penetrates to the back of the refrigerator right here, has this kind of chewing gum putty. Just get that out of the way and save it. You're going to need that later. And it'll go into this hole right here, into the refrigerator. And so that's what we're going to do, is we're going to put the new thermostat in the front, snake it down underneath the refrigerator, up into the back. And depending on if you have an OEM part or if you have an original part, you might find that the size of that pigtail coil might be too big to fit through that hole that is drilled there. It's possible you'll need to expand that hole with a drill. Now going back to the front again. This plate right here, this evaporator I think it's called, need to remove a few screws. There's a screw there, and a screw there, and up there in the corner. Remove those four, and then you can kind of flip this thing up. You'll notice that pipe there is pretty firm, and so try not to bend it at all, obviously. And then down here are these two screws right here, okay? These two screws hold a small bracket facing backwards, kind of facing upwards, and it's mounted underneath here like that, and it will hold that pigtail piece. And there's the original one that I'm going to replace right there. And so this little bracket holds this right here to the back of this plate. And so that's all we got to do is take those screws out. It releases the coil, and then obviously put it all back in place, and then it should be running again. And so anyway, that's if you're thinking about repairing this thing, that's all you got to do is remove that front plate, unscrew the thermostat, run the line underneath to the back, and then back down here, mounting it using that little bracket and those two screws, and then put everything back in place. And so that's how you repair a wine refrigerator thermostat. Thanks.